What's up, guys? Just wanted to holler at you and talk to you a little bit. Hadn't made a video in a while like this, and I just thought I'd show you what all I've got and what I've been working on, and show you my drones and just talk to you a little bit. So we'll start off with what I've been working on here. You guys all know I love my XJB 145. The frames on the XJB 145 though are not very good. I've broken 3 frames so far and 1 motor. So I ended up buying me one of those I-flat 3 frames. As you can see, this one is a solid bottom type frame, so the arms don't break very easy at all, and this has been a really good flyer. I mean a really good flyer, even when you put a camera like that on top. This thing is phenomenal. 3 or 4S. I usually fly it on 4S. Now I did upgrade the stack in it to a F38 stack instead of a 28 stack, so now it's got 38 amp ESCs in it, and that was the best decision I ever made. Before, if you crash it very hard, lock a motor up, and you didn't kill the motors quick enough, you'd burn the ESC up. That don't happen anymore. I've crashed this thing and forgot to disarm it, and it'd be sitting there still trying to spin the motor, and I forget and walk all the way across the field to it, and it still be twitching the motor, and it didn't burn the ESC up yet. Now I've been lucky probably, but the bigger the ESCs, the better, I can tell you. It flies phenomenally. I wouldn't take anything for this drone. I really wouldn't. This is my old Black Widow that I used to have the bugs stuff on. But now it's an Acro Bird rocking 2205 motors. It's a 6-inch drone now. I put longer arms on it all the way around. It's a 6-inch drone now. A little bit on the heavy side, but them 2205s for the 4S, it flies perfect. It's just a good basher quad, what I would call it. I take it out and fly it everywhere, through trees. I done broke one of the arms on it, taped it back together, and it still flies great. I mean, it takes a licking and keeps on going. That's the kind of drone I like to have. Now if y'all remember, I got a bunch of spare parts, and from a whole bunch of guys, a lot of used parts and a lot of new parts too. With the used parts, I built this right here. As you can see, it flies phenomenal. Now I did have a problem with it right after I built it, and I never figured it out. About the second test flight on it, I was FPVing it across the yard, and it just fell out of the sky. Well, my ESCs wouldn't do the final 2 beeps, so I couldn't figure it out. But finally, I took the thing apart, and come to find out, I had a wire that I didn't have soldered good, and it was soldered, but it wasn't soldered good, and it was just enough to mess it up. And I found what it was, fixed it, and now it flies super. It's got 2204 motors on it, pretty high kV, but it flies, to me, just as good. Actually, this drone is faster and stronger than even that drone with the 2205s on it. I don't know what it is, but them some stout 2204 motors. And if y'all remember, I built the Drone Network 1, which is this one. It flies great, but I haven't flown it FPV yet. I've got a camera, I've been lazy and I ain't put it on there yet. I've been saving it for the summertime. It's got brand new 2205s on it, brand new 35 amp ESCs, I believe it is. Raptor ESCs. It's got a F3 board in it, and it's got new props on it. It flies great. I got plenty of room in this thing. I'm gonna put me a loud buzzer on it, kind of like I did that one, or that one. I got a loud buzzer in the back of that one too. You can see how I did it. I kind of chopped it in half, put my buzzer in there. Them some really loud buzzers. I'm gonna put one in this one too. Like I say, all I like on this one, I've done flown it line of sight quite a few times. You can tell it's going to be real strong, but like I say, it needs a FPV camera in it and a good transmitter. This one has got a 200 milliwatt transmitter in it, and it's pretty good for the size drone it is. That one there's got an 800 milliwatt transmitter in it, and it's perfect. I really like that one. I got a lot more distance with it. That one there has got a some kind of blue transmitter in it. I forget now. Something they sent me one time, but it works off of where you have to, there's no way to change the power setting on it unless you hook it up to a UART or something like that. And I don't know anything about that, so I ain't fooled with it. I believe it's set on 25 milliwatts because I can't even go as far with that one as I can with this little 200 milliwatt. And that one's got 600 milliwatts on it, so I believe it's not set. I believe it comes from the factory on 25 milliwatts, and I don't know how to set it, so I'm going to have to get a different transmitter for that one too. But like I say, I've got a 600 milliwatt I might put on this one, or a 200 milliwatt, and then I've got a Runcam Swift I think I'm going to put on this one. And you guys know I still got all my toy drones, you know, that I fly. Don't fly them much anymore, but I have them. I still haven't got the helicopter to run yet. Don't know. And I've still got my big GPS bird. Flies great, it's just clumsy, and I'm used to acro, and I don't want to, I just ain't really got no use for it. What I think about doing is just using, it's got great big motors and stuff on it, so I may take the motors one day, or maybe I might put an acro board in it. It would probably fly a whole lot different if I put an acro board in it. You know, I had a Bugs 3 and crashed it, and that I made into acro. I put a acro board in it. It was running, you know, 4S with 5-inch props, but I crashed it over at the park into a pole and broke the arm. So now I've got a brand new one sitting here. So I'm going to take the guts out of it and put an acro. I've already got an F3 board to go in. I'm going to turn it into acro, run it on 4S just like I did the other one. So like I say, I've been lazy. I ain't got around to it yet. So that's brand new and sitting there ready to be fixed up. Let's see what else. Y'all remember I had this drone right here, P175, 2205, 2600 kV motors. It flew great. But it was the first drone I ever got that was acro. And I was flying at line of sight and lost it. And also this drone here, my computer come back on. I don't know if y'all can see that. Remember that drone there? That was my Shark, or at one time it was called the Ugly Bitch. I lost it too. Same way. Lost it in the woods. Actually, it didn't go in the woods. Where they went was over in my neighbor's field. Lost this one a year ago, the other one 6 months ago. But I recently, I was up at my neighbor's house, and his friend was up there, and he mows he bush hogs his field, and he said he found them both. He said he found one about a year ago and one about 6 months ago, and I said, yep, that's when I lost them. And he said he would return them to me, but that's been almost a month ago, and I still haven't gotten them. So I don't know what's up. I've done went up there and talked to my neighbor about it and everything, and he says what it is, that he does have them, but he moved recently and they're boxed up somewhere in the box, and he's not exactly sure where they are. As soon as he finds them, he'll return them to me. I want to stay nice to my neighbor, so I ain't said too much, but I'm about to get ill because I want my drones returned. And y'all know my goggles tore up here a while back. Finally got them fixed. I bought a new board to go in it, right in here. But that didn't fix my problem. If anything, it didn't have all the. It was an older model board. It would work in this, but it didn't have no place to hook up a DVR or anything. Anyway, come to find out though, after it was all said and done, what was wrong was my damn antenna. After all that, somehow or another, my antenna, by screwing it on and off so many times, I reckon it had opened that hole up enough to where it wasn't making good connections, so it was just giving a terrible signal. So I finally found a good antenna that would work on it, and I've been flying with it now ever since for at least a month now, and it's been doing great. So there was nothing wrong with my goggles to begin with. It was just my antenna, and I just couldn't figure it out. So all is well. Guys, I want to show you something. I don't know if y'all can see all this. All these little boxes and stuff down here, this is all my drone parts. I've got drone parts, truck parts. There's my old Bugs 3 that I crashed and broke the arm on. I gotta go through all this because I don't even know what I've got. I've got so much stuff. Box on top of box on top of box down here of just everything, and props And then I got more over here underneath the table stuff. I don't know, and stuff over there. And I got all these drawers full. And I still got my old goggles here. I don't never use them anymore. They was fine for a newbie, but they don't compare to them at all, not even close. What else to say? I don't know what's wrong with the helicopter. I've tried everything I know. I can't get it to work, so it makes a good, pretty piece to hang on the wall anyway. I've tried, let me turn this around now. I've tried 2 new drone simulators recently. I've got 3 now. I've got FPV Air 2 or something like that, I believe it's called. It sucks. I don't like it at all. I got Liftoff because Chris said it was good, and I like it. Liftoff is a good game. But to me it's geared more toward racing. There's not as many places and open places where you can go and fly through buildings and building dive and fly around ships and windmills and that sort of thing, you know, and that's the kind of flying I like to do is acro. I don't like to be in a race. So I took the plunge the other day and I got Velocidrone, and let me just tell you, as far as the flight characteristics goes, there's no difference between Liftoff and Velocidrone. They fly almost the same. If anything, I can make Velocidrone fly better than Liftoff because there's more settings in it to where you can put more drag, and you can change everything in the world on Velocidrone, and the PIS and everything, and it's, which you can do a lot of that in Liftoff too, but you can do more in Velocidrone. I really like it. And there's so many places to fly in Velocidrone that you can go building dive through the cities, and you can fly through buildings, old abandoned buildings, like the cool videos you see on YouTube that people do. You know, somebody like me living off in the country and you don't really have the opportunity to go out and fly places, that's great. And it's really going to help me improve my flying, I can tell. I can't thank all the guys that sent me all these parts. I mean, most of the parts that you've seen in my closet came from you guys. All you guys that sent me all this stuff in the past. And I've saved it. I reuse this stuff over and over and over. And I wouldn't have anything hardly if it wasn't for you guys. Really. I mean, I've spent probably $1,000 or better myself in the year and a half I've been doing this, but still, you know, that's nothing when you start adding up the cost of this stuff. So I can't thank you guys enough for all the stuff you gave me, really. I know my flying's been sporadic here lately. I just don't have, it's colder weather now. Nearly all of our vehicles are tore up out there, so I got work to do on those. I got to put fans on one, air conditioner locked up on the little red car the other day, so now I got to fix that. The transmission's going out in the truck, and my car missing real bad and needs a set of tires. So we got 4 vehicles, and none of them run very good at all. So, you know, and y'all know the situation here. My dad ain't getting no better. Mom ain't getting no better. I just don't have the time. But I'm hoping in the summertime I can get out and start putting out a lot more videos and stuff. I know a lot of you guys don't like some of the music I put to my videos, but it's like I told one person on there, I said, look, somebody said they didn't like my music and they was going to have to quit listening to me. And I said, well, you know, it's up to you. But I like all kind of music. You know, you never know what I might put on a song. I try to match a song to the video or whatever I think it needs. But there's all kind of people in the world that watches my videos. Some might like rap, some might like pop, some might like Christian music, some might like country. So I try to mix it up every once in a while, but here lately I've been on a rap string, and some of it's kind of nasty, I know. But I'll start moving away from that a little bit. But all is well here, I guess. So anyway, I hope all you guys had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a great New Year. And I love all you guys, and I wish you all well. This is Chris from the Life of Rally. Have a good day.